MenGen, and this is our final presentation. So as you can see, our final innovation looks a lot like our prototype that we tested. And that's because originally our prototype testing was functional. We've since made a few adjustments. So instead of offering good news around the homepage, we're offering consulting, which is now our core offering. Our innovation is a flexible consulting service with many service lines and an online resource for info, collaboration, and sharing. We really had to define our core offering, and that's where the consulting came in, so we wanted to get that on the homepage. This is kind of a trailer for what we're trying to do.
Haven't we waited long enough? It's time to act. Together, we can give the youth of America the opportunity to garner a different and healthier way of thinking. At MenGen, we've established a platform for discussion, event registration, information and news dissemination, and services that include consultation and advertising. Our nation has unfortunately taken a step in the wrong direction. Each member of our society deserves equal treatment, free of biases. We can revisit our existing practices to guide them to be more inclusive, more fair. Discrimination is difficult to tackle as it lives within the tacit region of our minds and is learned through conditioning. However, if we come together with a common goal, we can shape our nation's future. MenGen, something to believe in.
One of the most important things about our innovation is that it's student-run and will be throughout its growth. And we were finally able to define our core offering, and our findings showed that.
So in order to get to where we are today, we had to go through numerous phases of testing, and this is our final testing plan. So some of the last things we needed to figure out are the prospective users, content with the actual fees that we'd be charging for consulting. And we had a benchmark of about 65% or above saying yes, that our fees were in fact competitive and they would have no problem paying them. And we got pretty close to our benchmark, about 60%, but not quite fully there. We also wanted to figure out the most effective marketing strategies, which we weren't officially able to validate, but we still needed to research how we were best able to effectively kind of get our name out there and have people realize who we are and what we're all about, and in order to have that recognition that is kind of essential to our success and growth. We also needed to figure out if people are actually intrigued by what we're offering and if they would really buy into what we're doing. And we had a benchmark for 65% or above on that. We actually reached it, and we were at 72%. 8 out of 11 people were on board, which was actually pretty high. And we also needed to figure out if our core offering was recognizable, because this is something we were initially struggling with. We weren't sure what our revenue source was going to be. We weren't sure what we were, all about in the sense of what was the business, what were we really offering, and then we came up with the consulting aspect of this firm, and we needed to figure that out. And 91% of the people said they recognized our core offering, which was more than we could have ever imagined. So that's very exciting.
Like Jake said, we're a student-run organization, but we're different from the organizations which are in Harvard and MIT, as they are clubs, and they focus more on procurement and marketing, and we focus more on administrative. And keeping that in mind, we thought as a second-tier consulting firm, we should keep the market prices of similar consulting firms into our testing plan, and that's we got the market average of $95 per hour. And since we thought that 30% was too much for top 10 companies, 50% would be a good benchmark to charge, and that's why we still charge $47.5 per hour.
So in terms of our profitability and costs, our expenses include the following: rent, merchandise, web domain, marketing, transportation, and wages. Our gross profit for year one is unfortunately in the negative area at negative $9,625. But as we proceed in the following years, in 2018, we do reach our positive revenue, net profit, at $27,052. And while we go down in revenue in 2019 at $12,395, that's okay, because in 2018 we used the money that we had a gross profit of $27,052 into going towards to pay off our accounts payable for our long-term bank loan that we had to take it out, because we couldn't cover our short-term costs in 2017. And as you can see, in 2017 we did charge our clients $47 an hour, and we only offer our services 5 days a week. But as we move on to the next year, in 2018, we do charge the same consulting fee rate at $47 an hour. However, we expanded our services so that we can offer our services all 7 days of the week. And finally, in 2019, as we expand our company and we grow, we are able to charge a higher price to our clients at $60 an hour. That is from Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. Finally, throughout the years go on, we do increase our marketing costs from $5,200 in 2017 to $10,200 and $15,200 in 2019. And lastly, our rent increased throughout the years because we are moving to rent at CIC, and that of course comes with larger rent costs.
So what makes MenGen so attractive is that our team is made up of completely college students, so we are comprised of young, innovative minds. And with a quick employee turnover, we're able to keep wages low as well as ideas fresh. And we also determine that we have relatively low startup cost, which makes us able to have relatively low consulting wages.